Okay, my friend, as you see, that is dragon skin, and this is from somebody called Zoe. I'll show you in a second. And I have a dragon scale here, which has the same tab as these dragon tabs have here. There's a little tab here, and it flares down to the scale, and that way there they can move, and the scales can slither around like this. Now we're going to look at the underside. We're going to look at all the different layers of scale that's in here, and then how it glues basically together, where the blood comes in and out, because there's a blood spot there, and then there's one right there. We're going to look at this in a microscope. Okay, what you are seeing in the scope right here is this dragon scale, and these are the layers of the dragon scale. See all those different little layers right there? Now, this is the point of the scale. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There it is right there. Alright, this is the point of the scale. Let me put some more light on here. You see the two little arms going up there? It looks just exactly like a pyramid, and that's the point of the scale right there. Now let's take a look at it, what it looks like in its totality. There it is right there. Now this is what it looks like. There's the scale right there. You see all the little lines in it? It's a little wet right now. And the way it works is this little tab right here has a little wrinkle in there, you see it? It's held like this. And the pyramid looking shape hangs down. And underneath there's blood right here. And then there's blood coming out right here. Everything has to be serviced with a little bit of blood, not much, but just enough. Now what are we looking at here is what we're looking at there. And that is dragon scales in the desert. Basically, the same as that. But basically just like this. Right. Now, that's the big gigantic dragon in the desert. I mean, I'm just sorry, this is what it is. Now, you can laugh, you can do anything you want, but what is here is here. And he runs all the way across North Africa. And those little tiny scales run everywhere along with him. All the way across North Africa. You see him? There's his head. We've still got dragon scales back here. Because he's a big, gigantic dragon. And here's the scales right back here. Same scales, no difference. You see him? The same as what I have here. Same thing, only a little bit smaller. Okay, so here's the dragon scale I have here. Now here's the spot where the blood is. And I'm going to try to put a little water on there and see if it picks up some of the color. Alright, yes, it did pick up some of the color, and I can see some tiny little pockets there which are blood vessels. Hold on, let me focus this in a little better. Because I think we can get a catalase reaction out of this. Let me get it focused in and get some catalase, some hydrogen peroxide. Okay, I can see a few spots in here that they look like they are blood vessels. Now, again, this is the dragon scale. Let's see if we get any catalase coming out. Yep, there, look at it. Look at it pour out of there. Bingo! That thing still has viable blood in it. Do you see that? Look at that blood pour, the catalase reaction. Hydrogen peroxide pouring out of there, oxygen. You see that? That's extremely viable. Whatever this thing was, I don't know. It's a rock now, but it certainly still has viable biological material in it. All right, this is just the rock, but no blood. There's no blood where I'm going to be putting this. Let's see if we get any hydrogen peroxide reaction. I do not see any. Do you? No, you do not. There's nothing. There's nothing there. There's no blood there. Now, there's another spot on here where there is more blood. Let's go take a look at that. All right, here's the scale. The first spot was on the bottom that I just showed you here, where we had the catalase reaction. Now, there's another spot right here. That one there looks like it has a very good spot for blood. We're going to look at it in the microscope. But that's a pretty cool scale. It's just exactly like a pyramid. See? And that's the tab. And it would bend here so that they could flip, you know, they could move and snake around like they do, the snakes that they are. All right, this time we're looking at the side of the scale. And here it is up in the microscope. Right there. That's the blood. Now, I'm sure we're going to get catalase out of that too. I mean, see the catalase reaction out of that. Let's put some hydrogen peroxide on and see what we got. Hold on, let me focus in here. I guess that's close enough. I'll have to get closer anyway to see it real well. Alright, look at it. It's pouring out of there already. Look at it bubble out of there. See it? Look at the bubbles coming out. This baby has got a ton of viable biological enzymes still left in it. That to me indicates it still has blood. If it still has blood, it has DNA, it has all the same stuff that you and I have in us, in our blood. Blood is extremely viable. It holds, it's just incredible. You'd think that would be the weak spot. It's the strongest part. I get blood out of things that are thousands of years old, and the blood is still literally red blood. It's absolutely amazing. All right, this is the anatomy of a dragon scale. This is where that little tab sticks up at the top. It comes down here and there's like a really wrinkly zone. You see this wrinkly zone here? These little wrinkles. That right down there, and then at the very bottom, right here, is where it attaches to the scale. That allows this wrinkle zone here and the tab to twist up and down as the scale moves. Of course, it's solid now, it can't twist, but right in here was the wrinkle zone. And then you get into the scale, and the scale does not wrinkle. The scale is just a big, hard pyramid. Okay, this is just outrageous. You see that little spot right there? That's this little spot right here. That's the lock. It locks this in position. I call that the spur lock. And it's in every body part that's stuck together to the rest of the body. I'm not kidding you. Watch this. This is way too much. I just noticed this. That's the tab. That's that little latch right there. It's the same latch as that. That little tab right there is exactly the same as that. And is exactly the same as this. This held flesh into another piece of the body. This is holding, I think this is a lung, but I'm not sure. But that is that spur lock. It's on the bottom of every lung. It's on, I mean, I have on every body part here, attaches to another body part, has what I call now the spur lock right there. And it's different. It's totally different. Well, wait, watch this. Watch this. even on this little bitty lung, you see this? There's the Spurlock right there. See the little tab? That's a little lung. It's a little lung. There's the side of the lung. And that little latch right there holds that lung in position so that it doesn't float around in the body and get ripped around. They all have a lock on them. See, this is a lung that was DNA tested. There's the Spurlock on this one here. It latches that lung in, and this is the little tab at the top that locked it in. That way there it doesn't drift around in your body. You can move around a little bit, but the lock keeps it in position. This is another lung. This one's partially eroded. See, this is the pleura. This has all the coating still 100% intact. This one here, all the coating has sort of started to erode away, and now we're seeing the inside of the lung, the alveoli. Check this out. There's the Spurlock. There it is right there. Isn't this amazing? I mean, this is ridiculously amazing. That's the same as this little tab right here. I'll tell you, what a world.